Okay, we're reading SNOOZEFEST by Samantha Berger, illustrated by Kristyna Litten. It comes out January 22nd by Dial Books for Young Readers. Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, here we go. Alright. In the center of Snoozeville dwells the wee one, the sleepiest sloth, snuggle-furred cuddle bun. Now that sloth can sleep for a month at a go. The few times she rises, she moves in slow-mo. There's one thing that can disrupt her rest. The day has arrived when she goes to SNOOZEFEST. This is the place where the best sleepers go to snore their way through this naptacular show. The bus picks her up right in front of her home and takes Schluffy Street to the great Nuzzle Dome. They punch her snooze ticket, her hand gets a stamp. She scopes out the scene for the best place to camp. All the best sleepers in Snoozeville are there, like wildcats and wombats and koala bears, and brown bats and squirrels and giant armadillos, all of them holding their blankets and pillows. It's dreamy to see the stuff everyone brings, their wumpiest, coziest, comfiest things. Bundles of blankets and fluffed feather beds, puffy, poofed pillows to prop up their heads. Blankets with nicknames like Nit-Nit and Nighty, Lank-Lank and Wooby and Baba and Bitey, Softy and Snuggly and Lolly and Dee-Dee, Pinky and Minky and Gunk-Gunk and Gee-Gee. Some of the blankets are in mint condition, others collectible, rare, first edition. Some are so old they're all tattered and torn. This sloth has had hers since the day she was born. While some choose a tent or a tree or a nest, Snuggleford Cuddlebun likes hammocks best. Inside of her fort, she carves out a small nook and stashes her journal and best bedtime book. Once Snuggleford settled, she strolls through the stands for posters and t-shirts and swag from the bands. She buys milk and honey and takes it to go, crawls back to her spot just in time for the show. The evening starts off with a PJ parade, the most stylish sleepwear that's ever been made. The famous designers behind the best dressed give SNOOZEFEST pajamas to all of the guests. Then all the big spotlights dim down in the dome, and everyone turns on their nightlight from home. Snoozillions of lights twinkling bright in the dark, a peaceful, warm feeling comes over the park. The first SNOOZEFEST band slowly climbs up on stage. The fans whoop it up for the chamomile rage. One plucks the harp while the other counts sheep. In the midst of the first song, the crowd's half asleep. The snoozers yawn deeply, yet still clap for more. The second act's also a guaranteed snore. A poet named Burroughs recites a haiku and imitates rain with his didgeridoo. Then comes a lineup of classical bands who play until only the flautist still stands. The Nocturnal Nesters and Quiet Quartet, Tranquility Trio and Drowsy Duet. These are the best bands for deep relaxation, followed by sweet dreams and deep hibernation. Snuggleford Cuddlebun sleeps through it all, tucked in her hammock, rolled into a ball. Snuggleford Cuttlebun smiles in her lair. She's dreaming of flying, a sloth in mid-air. At times, she will whisper, "Man, this is the best." It's all that she wanted from this year's SNOOZEFEST. This kind of concert is just too tyrrific, dreamy, delicious, and so soporific. Several days later, the SNOOZEFEST is done. And who's still asleep? Why, it's Miss Cuttlebun. She's tired and groggy and loggy and lazy. She's drooly and foggy and dusty and hazy. By now, even Snuggleford's had quite enough, so she picks up her trash and packs up her stuff. The bus picks her up at the Great Nuzzle Dome and drops her back off right in front of her home. Snuggleford Cuttlebun climbs back in her bed. She's conked out, exhausted, a sloth sleepy head. She puts on her SNOOZEFEST sleep mask souvenir and says, "Thank you, SNOOZEFEST. I'll see you next year." The end.
Now do my castle.
Now you can play with your castles. Did you like the book?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, now do my castle, Mom. Get up outside.